the GoldenMate ORION 1000. This is a 100 amp hour lithium ion battery, and I've got to say there's a lot that I like about it, but there's also some stuff that might keep you from buying. Let's start with the positives. Number one, I think it's really cool. Right when I opened up the box, I saw the LCD screen on top of the battery. This screen tells you just how much battery you have left, so you're not on the water guessing like, ooh, do I have like 10% left or do I have like 80% left? You can know exactly how much battery you have left, so you know to either keep fishing or start heading back to the range. Another really cool thing that goes along with the LCD screen is the app. This battery connects via Bluetooth to your phone and the app, and I really liked it for two things. Number one, I didn't have to turn around and touch the LCD screen to turn it on and see how much was left. And number two, it actually gives you a run time. However much power you're pulling at the time with the trolling motor, it'll break it down and say, hey, you've got 2 hours left at this speed. Or you bump it down a little bit and it bumps up to, hey, you've got 4 hours now at this speed. So that was very helpful for those long runs, trying to find a new catfishing spot, or you put it at the ramp and you've got 2 miles to haul down the lake to find the best bass fishing spot. This battery will tell you exactly how much you have left, either on the screen or on the app. Some of the batteries I've tested have just had a thin material strap or just a cheap plastic strap that I always think's just gonna break the moment I pick it up. That's not the case with this battery. I like the double handle that's actually built into the battery. It makes grabbing it really easy, and it just makes it feel secure in my hands, where I'm not worried about that strap fraying one time and I go to pick it up and right when I get it over my toe, it falls and breaks my toe. The handles are really well built. Now, I mentioned long runs. I like having plenty of battery. That's why I went with the 100 amp hour. That's exactly what this battery is. It's 100 amp hours, so it's gonna last a long time. And since it's lithium, it's gonna hold the charge until it hits zero and then it drops. It's not gonna gradually lose power. Another thing that I really like about this battery is the battery management system. It keeps it from getting too hot, where it'll shut off and it just won't work when it gets too hot, and too cold. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to run it in the heat. I got it this winter and I've been testing it a couple months, but I have ran it in some pretty cold temperatures and didn't have a problem. Here's one of the real reasons I wanted to test this battery, and that's because of the price. I mentioned earlier that I just don't want to spend thousands of dollars on batteries. And this battery is half the price of some of the more expensive brands, so it's a little easier on your pocketbook. And even though it's half the price, I really like that it doesn't look half the price. They actually went in and made it look tough. I know it's kind of gimmicky, but I like my products to look tough and look durable because I'm gonna abuse them. I mean, this battery gets tossed in the back of my truck and rides in the back of my truck to the spot, gets thrown in the back of the kayak. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it's beating down sunshine. Whatever the case may be, I need to know that this handles it. And by the looks, they at least attempted to make a product that could handle the abuses of kayak fishing. Now, with all these pros, you might think that this is the ultimate kayak fishing battery. And I'd say, hold up, pump your brakes, because there's a few things that I didn't like about it. So let's get into those. For starters, kayaks are super limited on weight. Thankfully, I float in a NuCanoe Unlimited. That's more like a barge, and it's got plenty of weight capacity. But this battery is heavy compared to some of the other lithium ion batteries that I've tried. Now granted, it's not as heavy as the AGM or the lead acid batteries. It's kind of in between really an AGM and a lithium battery of this size. So you're not adding that 75 pounds, but this battery's still probably pushing 35, 40 pounds. It's not light by any means. And going back to the opening of the video, when I opened the first one they sent me, it was already damaged. Now, I don't know if this was quality control, just didn't catch it, or if it was damaged in the transportation process. I can't say yay or nay on that, but I can say that the box that it came in was not damaged, which made me think that it wasn't damaged in transit. All I know is I received a damaged battery. It was actually so broken that the screen wouldn't come on, nothing would work anyways, so I wasn't able to test it. But with that said, customer support was excellent, top notch. They didn't ask any questions. I sent a few pictures, said, hey, this battery was damaged. What can we do about it? And they were like, yep, we'll send you a new one. Sorry about that. Had to wait a couple more weeks and got this battery. The other con that I've noticed is that this one drains faster than some of the other 100 amp hour batteries that I've tested. With that said, I've still went fishing with it multiple days in a row. I think the longest streak I got was like 2.5 days and it was still at 45%. So it's not like you're just gonna drain it in a few hours by any means. It still lasts 2 days, and if you're gentle with it, you can probably stretch it 3 or even 4 days. That is me fishing it pretty hard, making long runs, fishing for 6-8 hours at a time. And I've got a really heavy, wide kayak that'll drain the battery a little bit faster. But like I said, it just drained faster than some of the others that I've tested. Now that I know all this and I've tested it, would I buy this battery again? The answer is yes. I actually recommended this battery to my father-in-law the other day because he's in the hunt for a trolling motor battery. Now it's for his boat, so the weight factor really didn't matter, and he's got plenty of room for how big it is as well. However, if you're floating in a small kayak or a kayak that's got very limited weight capacity, I would not go with this battery just because it's big, it's bulky, and it's heavy. So if you need a lighter option, I've got a video down right below me where I tested out the Lithium Ion battery, and it might be what you're looking for. I can't wait to see you there.